If anyone had asked small, delicate, beautiful, blonde Amanda Delanoe, she would have said she had the perfect life. She had a stylish look, a kind of natural chic, which was partially inherited from both her parents, and she also had her own talent for giving everything she touched a special, very individual twist. She had an eye for beauty, fashion, and art, due to the milieu she had grown up in. Her father, Armand Delanoe, had a gift for business and fashion, and had started several very successful luxury brands, then acquired other established but failing companies and breathed new life into them. He had a talent for hiring the right people to bring his visions to fruition. Amanda's mother, Felicia Farr, had been a famous model. Armand had fallen in love with her the first time he saw her on the runway at the fashion show of one of his brands. They married soon after. She was American and had the same striking blonde looks as their daughter, although Felicia was tall and willowy. She had retired soon after Amanda was born, content to be Armand's wife and give up her modeling career. She had an elegant classic style and became a showcase for many of the brands he owned by wearing their clothes to important social events and being photographed in them. Amanda's taste was more unusual and more personal. She had her father's eye for new fashions, but had chosen art as her career. At 39, Amanda had an apartment she loved on the left bank in Paris, with a terrace that gave her a front row seat to view the Eiffel Tower. The apartment reflected her eclectic taste, her travels, and her many passions. She had an important collection of contemporary art, and was part owner of a contemporary art gallery, Galerie Delanoe, which represented several well-known artists and a number of new unknowns whose careers she was shepherding carefully, with very satisfying results. She was a warm, caring person who had been much loved as a child, and she lavished attention and affection on her artists. For now, they were her children, and they soaked up her generous praise like sponges. She never resented spending hours with her artists, listening to all their problems, and visiting them in their studios often to encourage them and see what new themes and techniques they were experimenting with. She was always willing to give advice or direction when asked. Born in France, Amanda had also spent considerable time in the States and was a product of both cultures. She had the warm, passionate nature of the French and the cooler, more practical side of her American blood, plus a solid head for business, which her business partner, Pascal Leblanc, appreciated enormously. They were the perfect complement to each other. Pascal was more traditional in his training and outlook, and Amanda was more adventurous, willing to take a risk with an unknown artist. She had started the gallery herself in her 20s, and Pascal had joined her a year after she opened. It was a solid relationship and friendship, born of mutual respect. Pascal was 44, 5 years older than Amanda. Neither of them was married, and their working relationship had never been confused or polluted by romantic overtones. They frequently gave each other advice of a personal nature. Amanda was given to serious relationships and spent long periods on her own between the men she loved, after the relationships failed for whatever reason. Pascal's romances were brief and passionate. They rarely lasted more than a few months. There was always a new woman to fall madly in love with around the next corner.